Vous avez parlé de EUFOR RCA. You have spoken of the mission in Central Africa. I think Colonel Schwierz, you were at the OHQ in Larissa. Maybe you could have listened rétexte un peu de ce que vous avez fait sur l'opération EUFOR RCA. À vous la parole.
Thank you, Nicolas. Excellencies, General, Admiral, officers, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor and a privilege to be invited and to speak to you about a practical experience of a military operation. As mentioned, my national background is I'm currently the acting Joint 6 as the Austrian Joint Forces Command, and from the multinational perspective, I'm one of the primary augmentees on the operational headquarters level, serving as a Deputy Chief of Staff Joint 6. So this is also my focus for the next presentation, and I will shortly brief about the EUFOR-RCA's settlement with cyber defense. To remind and support for orientation, the multinational Hellenic operational headquarters is one of the 5 designated OHQs of the European Union. EUFOR-RCA OHQ was activated from end of January 2014 for meanwhile completed Operation EUFOR-CAR. The OHQ is located in Larissa, Greece. EUFOR-RCA operation area of operation was Bangui, the capital city of Central African Republic. Regarding to our focus on cyber defense, it's important to know we used a CIS framework outsourced to a civilian contractor. We established 4 different networks classified from EU secret down to commercial internet. It's worth to mention Greece as the framework nation for the OHQ site, as well as France as the framework nation for the Bangui site in CAR, and also in total as 22 contributing nations, which means to bear in mind some different approaches to cyber. My presentation will cover those 3 topics. Classification is unclassified. The initial idea of EUFOR-RCA cyber approach was performed in a parallel 3 steps approach. First and most important, the CIS planning was and is to meet information security needs and to be in compliance with security regulations. Within a comprehensive approach, requirements of respective responsibilities have to be fulfilled, and the entire CIS architecture was therefore designed. Such an environment demanded different challenges to solve, not only in military and or CIS technical issues, but also legal aspects, social engineering, different approaches of cyber policy, computer skills and usage of information technology had to be taken into account. This eventually led to a need of providing training and information for the entire OHQ staff at all levels and ranks. As cyber awareness main duty consists of minimizing risks, a cyber awareness board was established to inform, discuss, plan, assess and execute cyber activities for the running operation, as well as to elaborate recommendations for future EU-led operations. Members of the board were people dealing as enablers, planners, operations and intelligence, and also the legal advisors. Main challenges during this performed 3 steps approach were: LIGAD's general understanding under international law is that the mandate under UN Charter Chapter 7 may or may not include also the use of radio frequencies, telecommunication and defensive and offensive cyber methods. But they are not considered in the background documents in detailing the IMC, CMC or the op plan. However, it should be borne in mind that Geographically, the mandate includes only the territory of CAR, and operations are limited to Bangui. To the knowledge of U4RCA in EU-led military operations, the use of cyber has not been considered as a part of the use of force. For future reference, should such a need arise, the use of defensive and offensive cyber methods should be addressed and regulated in the plan and in the rules of engagement. Next to legal aspects, different responsibilities of different actors are in place. While OHQ operated from Greece, the entrance point to internet, for example, for in Bangui deployed U4 was in France, and all the communication passed European infrastructure via virtual private network tunneled landlines between respective sites. So different cyber policies and also approaches to cyber itself were phased out. It's impossible to keep mobility when no processes for common reaction are fixed in a common way in order to react after an attack or impact. From the perspective of an operation, you can limit down your networks, but when doing so, you are cut from outer world and unable to interact in a comprehensive approach with authorities and or other actors. A cycle of trust supports to identify friend or foe. For sure, an U4 has not and will not have all needed capacities to react autonomously. Synergies and arrangements with respective authorities are to find. Conclusions are: a strategic level cyber threat assessment supports the operation's cyber activities in a proper way. Subsequently, a structured cycle of trust supports interconnection within authorities and operation in order to handle critical situations and to focus to efforts. Achievements and conclusions of our activities. Our first risk assessment was based on the input of European defense agencies and the UMS cyber seminar provided, and continuously information was collected within not structured but well-known technical channels. In close coordination with our contractor, we evaluated and executed needs for updates and changes of the topology to the operation. The main goal of cyber seminars was to raise the situational awareness at each staff member of the OHQ in terms of cyber operations, as well as to inform them about the development and establishment of potentialities under the umbrella of the European comprehensive approach. Besides that, we evaluated job descriptions of cyber-related functions. Conclusions were: OHQ job descriptions should be matched with current competencies and skill profiles of the cyber defense training need analysis as initiated at this time period. We faced a lack of educated personnel able to perform cyber roles in OHQ respective branches, and moreover, it becomes paramount to train cyber personnel in the specific operation EU would develop. Based on the maining guide, an improvement of education and training for cyber-related functions within respective HQ branches was phased out by the OHQ. Prior to the setup of a HQ, key nucleus, primary augmentees and augmentees should have been trained for proper cyber defense activities of the HQs. Concluding, I want to highlight some of our cyber activities. Displayed with traffic lights system, I want to be self-critical that many open issues were left during the running operation, especially topics in yellow boxes. The main questions still remain. Do we have enough capabilities and basically resources for detection, and are we secured with an umbrella exterior of our force responsibility? Second, do we have time, capacities and finally resources to react. And last remark, policies are needed in order to guide in critical situation, to focus each effort and to follow a common procedure. The cyber-related aspects are incorporated or should be incorporated in the common operational picture to support the operations awareness. Ladies and gentlemen, subject to your questions, that concludes my briefing.